The Los Angeles Lakers were in Dallas, and they might have saved their season by staging what would also be something historic in their comeback. But it wasn't just the comeback. The coming back, that's fine. The comeback itself was amazing. And that would have been worth talking about anyway. But it's how they came back. It's not just a barrage of threes, which, let's be honest, the Lakers are never going to give you a barrage of threes. But what it was lock-down defense against one of the most difficult guys to defend and stop in the league, Luka Doncic. One of the most unguardable dudes in league history. Plays at his own pace, is absolutely a load on the court. You cannot move him, you cannot stop him, and yet the Lakers did. Kyrie and Luka ran off to a huge first half lead. Looked like the Lakers were cooked. They then rallied, as we'll get into. Vanderbilt and Austin Reeves locked down Luka, while LeBron looked really good, and AD pretty much looked like he should be the guy that the Lakers run their offense around. The Lakers end up stealing a win that they should not have won, but absolutely needed on the road. Huge W for a team that most people have written off, even after the trade deadline. And as a world-class, lifelong Laker hater, it pains me. It pains me to say that the Lakers are just not the same team as they were before the deadline. They were dead. They were barbecued chicken. They were not just barbecue chicken. They were a little piece of coal inside of the barbecue. Like, that's how cooked they were. They had been on the grill a long time. And if they had, and even Windhorst said this on his podcast, if this roster was the roster that they came into the training camp with, they'd probably be a 5 seed. 4 seed. This is a really good roster. Top 6 team in the West for sure. Probably most of it having to do with Jared Vanderbilt, a player that nobody seemed to feast after at the deadline, which made no fucking sense. Malik Beasley, who can shoot. D'Lo, who had an ankle injury last night and didn't actually even play, but he's been a bucket. And I don't really know why people whiffed on Jared Vanderbilt. It doesn't make any sense to me. He's probably the most important new Laker on this team. Why, you say? How, you say? Vanderbilt. Jared Vanderbilt, as a primary defender on Luka. Luka was 0 for 3 with 1 assist and 5 turnovers, all caused by Vanderbilt, who either forced a turnover, intercepted a pass. 7'1" wingspan, our guy Jared Vanderbilt has, that allows him to stay big, stay long, stay active against a very huge Doncic, like a guy who's just very crafty, moves at his own pace, and gets around pretty much everyone. Messed with the step back multiple times, cut off passing lanes when he wanted to drive. Vanderbilt's 5 deflections led the Lakers and was almost as many as the entire Mavs team had by themselves. Yeah, he was also, by the way, 6 for 8 from the field shooting, had 17 rebounds. This was a guy that Minnesota had, and they just gave him up. They just gave him up for Rudy Gobert and other things. Like, they gave other things up, too. He was a plus 14 in 27 minutes. Had 8 offensive rebounds himself. That's incredible. I am shocked that teams like the Blazers didn't go after him. Like, teams like the Kings, a contender like the Suns, a contender like the Bucks. Like, you gave up 5 second-round picks for Jay Crowder. You couldn't give 1 first-round pick and 4 second rounds for Jared Vanderbilt? I know you want a veteran, but, like, Jared Vanderbilt's pretty good. He's going to be good for a long time. And this led me to a question, because you had the Clippers game and you had the Lakers game, and so I was thinking about them both, and I wondered to myself, who got better more? Like, who got more better between the Clippers and the Lakers? I know it's like a ridiculous way of saying it, but that's how I think about it. So, like, who had the better roster upgrade? Because it's, like, pretty close. They got both a lot better. I love the fact that the Clippers got Gordon, Plumlee, Bones, Russell Westbrook. I don't really love the Russell Westbrook, but it's a part of their situation. And the Lakers team, though, is completely unrecognizable. They got Rui from the Wizards, But then you add in D'Lo, who was out against the Mavs, like I said, Vanderbilt, Malik Beasley. All of that changed this team. For the first time all year, the Lakers are long. They can switch. They can play defense in the same athletic way that they won the title in the bubble. They can shoot, and it all shows. They can just do more things. Like Darvin Ham can just be a better coach because he has the pieces for them to do those things he wants them to do. And watching that game made me realize that what Darvin Ham at the All-Star game, we said, remember what he said? He said, hey, we are not doing any of that load management shit anymore. No more. Nobody. From 1 through 15, there is no more of that. No more sitting out for the rest of the year. And damn if we didn't see an example of that come down to the wire and show us exactly that it was true. He said whoever could play is going to play. And sure enough, in the fourth quarter, LeBron James sprained his fucking ankle so bad he had to take his shoe off, rolled around in abject pain in ways that made my own ankle hurt. And what did he do? He put that shoe right back on and he ran back down the court. He didn't even come out for a second. Yeah. And injuries are a concern for the Lakers. And you've had AD miss time and Braun miss time and Reeves miss time and Schroeder miss time. And Braun, of course, is the centerpiece of that. So when he was down in clear pain, it was oh, shit. They are done. Is it the rest? Is Braun done for the season? No. He put that shoe back on, tied it tight, and just kept it moving. This is what he said after the game when they asked him about his ankle.
To get the foot ankle question out of the way so we can talk about the game. You were down for a little bit there, obviously stayed in and finished the game out. How does it feel and any different from the last couple weeks?
It's been better. That's for sure, but definitely wasn't going to go to the locker room and not finish the game out tonight. Just, understood the importance of the game and then the momentum that we had. I felt like we could, steal one after being down. But we'll monitor the next couple of days, see how it feels, and go from there.
Woo! He said it's been better. Yeah, no shit. That ankle injury looked, and it was a non-contact, just sprained it on its own, looked bad. And earlier this week, he said they'd basically have to carry him off the court to keep him from playing out the rest of this year. So he's going to muscle his way through the playoffs. And that was not hyperbole. He gutted that game out. When the Lakers needed him, he continued to play on what is probably a very painful ankle injury. And so when LeBron is 38, this is a 38-year-old man. This man is ready to collect his AARP card and his Social Security from the NBPA. And when he's out there risking further ligament damage, Braun is not allowing anybody out there like Malik Beasley to do any shenanigans. There is no more A Disney. There is no more paper, skin, and bones of whatever they say, glass for Anthony Davis. No more street clothes AD. It stops right now. If he's putting his body on the line, then AD sure as hell is going to be doing the same, and to make sure that everyone else is going to do it as well. And so, as much as I hate to say it, because I do, the Lakers are really fun. Yeah, they're really fun to watch. They are. They're the most fun that they've been since LeBron got there. They're really dangerous. They play really good offense and defense. If they make the play-in tournament, I would be worried if I was the other team. If you're the Warriors and you play the Lakers, it's basically the exact same thing that happened the year before, or the time before, when it was 2021. And it's night-night sleep mask for our Dubs. If you are the team that plays the Lakers in a 7-game series, also have fun with that. Have fun with that dogfight. You remember New Orleans when they played the Phoenix Suns last year, and then things were so bad for the Phoenix Suns in that 7-game series that they all got COVID? And they just died against the Mavs the next round. That's whoever plays the Lakers in the first round. Maybe the Lakers don't beat you, but they beat you in continuity where you're basically knocked out. Put so much pressure on you that you're going to be so sapped that whoever you play next is just going to cruise. Just cruise along. Suns looking at you. Nuggets looking at you. Mavs looking at you. You better fucking pray you don't get the Lakers in the first round, or it is going to be night-night sleep mask. And this team is fascinating. They are fun. And why didn't they do this before? Why? I don't know how Rob Pelinka pulled it off, but I tell you what, he just finally did something that a GM is supposed to do. The next 20-something games are going to be very interesting.